Sit down, buckle up, and get ready to enjoy the ride. The stream is starting soon.
The stream is starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Enjoy the show! The most dynamic commentary duo on Twitch.
The fastest growing racing community on Discord.
Welcome to the NoobGamerz.
Well. Here we are again, a Thursday night. It's 8 PM, and of course there's only one place to be, and that's NoobGamerz.tv. I'm so excited I can't even say the words I need to say this evening. Good evening. In a NoobGamerz first, there are too many people trying to race with us this evening. We have had to kick people out of the lobbies. We've got people trying to join. Absolutely crazy. Such is the nature of this community now, growing and growing each and every day, every minute, every hour. The numbers are getting sexy, and so is the driving out on track as we bring you another round live of season 14 in the IndyCars. We're at Imola this evening. We've ditched the ovals and we're back to normal track racing, and it's going to be absolutely stupendous. And as ever, I cannot do this alone. I am joined by a man who can turn simple races into novels, overtakes into stories, the raconteur himself. It is Jamie. Good evening, Jamie.
Good evening, my friend. Thanks for that lovely welcome. How are you doing, my man?
I'm very good, mate. I'm absolutely buzzing for this evening.
I can tell.
I've been in the lobby with the drivers for a good 15 minutes leading up to this, just getting a vibe out there. Jamie, there was over 30 people in the Discord voice channel for this season. Like, it's just gone absolutely bonkers, this community, hasn't it?
It has, yeah. Well, you know, if we're going to grow, we're going to have to expect this, right? These lobbies are limited. 34 drivers tonight we've got. Or is it 32 with us involved? 32, I think, yeah. Absolutely crazy, yeah. Like you said, I mean, I couldn't get in.
I know.
Which is, let's be honest, ridiculous, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, I've got to be in. So we had to kick some absolute slug to get me in. Oh, and the slug we kicked actually was Jimmy H, but he's rubbish anyway.
Yeah, exactly. We don't need Jimmy. We don't need him.
Oh,
Jimmy, welcome, mate. I mean,
sorry, mate.
Jimmy.
The door open to the studio. I
Oh, this is awkward. Jimmy, absolutely incredible scenes on the Discord channel. Oversubscriptions galore. So many people getting involved in the voice chat. People were there like an hour and a half ago getting themselves warmed up. The community gets better and better by the day, doesn't it?
Yeah, it is heating up in there. I've just been in the chat with some of the guys and it is heating up in there. There's a lot of excitement around tonight's race. I've lost my place. I gave up my place. So I think Jamie, so actually you could get in and get in on the comms. So I'll dip in and out with you boys tonight, and I'll be watching the action unfold throughout the course of the evening.
Perfect, I like it. The chat as well on the Twitch channel is liven up too. Witty usernames popping down bits. Early doors, QQ Fresh is here, Lucan's here, HRS Racing here, Took's here. There's names I can't even read because of the distance between me and the monitor, but it is kicking off in the Discord, on the track, on the Twitch channel. Everywhere's getting insane, and hopefully, Jamie, the racing on the track delivers for this monumental occasion for the NoobGamerz.
Oh, I mean, yeah, unbelievable. Of course it will. Of course I mean, in absolute scenes, Ryan, this week we treated our community to a little sneak peek, didn't we, behind the doors of practice. People, give them a chance to get their bets in properly. So we've had a little sneak peek. I'm going to sum it up in one word, and then I want you to do the same. My word's going to be carnage.
Yep.
Any advances on carnage?
Carnage times 2.
Carnage times 2, yeah, absolutely. So the practice, no, but of course the practice is where they're, pushing the limits, isn't it, right?
Yep.
But the race day is when they really take it seriously. I know it's a proper professional, serious esports community here, Ryan, isn't it? So I'd expect absolutely 0 crashes tonight.
Exactly, 0 crashes on the cards, but lots of entertainment as ever coming live to your screens, whether you're on a desktop, whether you're on a mobile phone, whether you're on a 100-inch projector screen. The excitement will be no less or no more than what we can deliver you here in the studio this evening as we bring you another live event. As ever, for your Thursday night racing entertainment, there's only one place to be, lads. And it's here, isn't it? Right here with NoobGamerz TV, Jimmy.
That's right. Right here is the place to be. And of course, what I can see what you can, and the guys out on track now getting their tyres warm. I can confirm no crashes yet. Although to have an expectation of no crashes throughout the race is fairly unrealistic.
Jim, just a really quick note, whilst you do have time, it looks like there's 31 in the lobby, so actually one has dropped out in the transition to qualifying. So if you did want to race, Jim, you've got a couple of minutes to sneak in, I think.
I'll probably leave that slot open. It may well be a connection issue for one of the drivers.
Okay, yeah. What a guy, Ryan. I mean, seriously, what a guy. Speaking of what a guy, I mean, the Ethan fan club, right? They're back out in force tonight.
Yeah, they are, certainly. Everything's coming out in force this evening. The drivers, the entertainment, the Ethan fan club, you name it, it is out in force this evening. So there's no better time to head over to the track now and give you a little glimpse of some of the drivers this evening. We've got to learn some new names too, because there's new faces each and every day. We are the fastest growing racing community on Discord, and let's find out why as we head down to the track. Lads, are you ready?
Oh,
I'm ready.
Get me in there.
Let's get over to the track and let's enjoy it. We'll see you there. So here we go then, ladies and gentlemen. We are at trackside at Imola, and what I love about this circuit is it separates the men from the boys, Jamie.
Yep, is that it? Yeah.
That's it. Yep, that's it. Yep.
Yeah, it's like you're going to say something else, but you moved it up a bit there. Yeah, it does, right. Well, like we said, we saw on Tuesday how tricky this track can be, but very rewarding when you absolutely hook a lap up, as we saw a few people do. Actually, a couple of maybe surprises out there on Tuesday. Alex obviously looking quick as expected. Nash though looking extremely quick, I have to say. So I'm assuming he's in tonight. There's so many names I can't keep up. He definitely is one to watch tonight, right? But let's just catch up on the chat quick because we haven't mentioned anyone yet. Nope. QQ Fresh is here, it's Lucan's here, HRS is here, Ethan of course is here, Witty username's here, and he's already cheered 100 bits. Unbelievable scenes, my friend. Took's here, TR is here.
Turbocharge, come on.
Turbocharge, oh, of course it is, yeah. Turbocharge is here, of course. PMaith69 is here. Little Sis Duncan's here, I love this. Come on, Duncan. Mum and Dad and I are watching, and we want you to win. Nothing less, you dopey twat. So there we go. Spiky Logic's here as well. Please use the commentator's curse on King Kodiak. Okay, I'm going to give it a go for you, Spiky. You ready? Boys, I think King Kodiak's going to have an absolute stormer tonight. He's definitely going to win this race.
He's looking pretty tasty and very racy, I can confirm. And not only that, but he is, of course, the lobby host. So he has the weight of this evening's entertainment on his shoulders.
Oh, no.
Fantastic scenes, yeah.
Okay. One thing we do need to point out as well, custom liveries galore. We are back, and this evening, should I say, we are blessed by a custom livery sported this evening by Vader Monkey, who should be in there somewhere.
Find him, right?
See if we
There's
can find
so many
Vader.
people. Here we
And
go.
here we go, a custom livery. Jay Middleton, a new racer, has decided to treat us. He's given us a little spin as well. Look, so kind.
You can see it right there.
Yeah, the NoobGamerz logo, all ablazoned on it, various colours, various logos, and just someone who's literally joined the community this week, and he's thought, you know what, I'm just going to get stuck straight in.
How's that livery looking on your screen, Jamie?
Pretty white, actually, mate. Yeah.
Not got it installed because, of course, as you know, I'm dialed into your monitor, so I can see what you're seeing.
Yeah, I always look on the stream for the livers, mate.
Good.
It's nice.
Sent me the file. Looks pretty cool. Told him if he stuck the NoobGamerz logo on it, we'll give him the livery tonight. So he did.
Good lad. And also, boys, the Ethan fan club, as ever,
Yes,
they
exactly.
do not disappoint. Today will be the day, they say. I've given them. They came to the channel before we went live and said, what will it take to get an Ethan emoji? And I said, well, when he wins a championship, we'll give him one. But not content with waiting for that, they have dropped £10 donation on the channel saying today will be the day. And, you know, we should be impartial here, but I sort of would love to see Ethan win a race.
I mean, he's currently 18th right with a 132. I just want to point something out as Rossi Bop takes a little spin, another new driver there. Alex Jameson, right, I mentioned him earlier. In practice on Tuesday, he was looking pretty quick, but it was mixed grids, or random grids obviously, so he didn't really start on pole ever. Best sort of times from a couple of the guys just snuck into the 127s on Tuesday.
Yep.
He's obviously been practicing since then, because he's gone straight away with a 126.7. I mean that, Ryan, I don't think that's going to be beaten. I'm going to say that now.
Well, Jamie's putting his hat in the ring early doors for who's going to win qualifying. It's hard to argue with him as Alex Jameson pops in a 126.6. Good evening to the Jenim who says good racing, guys. Thank you very much. But yeah, we are doomed, Spiky Logic, with King Kodiak rocking the hosting duties this evening. But it certainly seems Alex's attempt at pole is certainly not doomed with those sorts of times being put out this evening. Although, Jamie, your favourite, one of your favourites, should I say, Yerasan, you know, I would say he's quite close behind. It's not that close, but he's second.
Yeah, and again, he was very solid on Tuesday. Just want to get, whilst we got Jim here, actually, take the opportunity. You know, you've obviously been putting some time in on this track, Jim, thinking you were going to be racing. You know, so you know what a decent time is. Most of the grid in the low 130s, 31s, 32s, etc. Talk us through, you know, to you, seeing that 126.7 there, is that just, you know, are you just thinking, I don't even know how that's possible?
Yeah, I mean, it's so quick. It's so quick. Even if you look at, you know, even if you go down to, you know, even 128.3, he's like, you know, he's a second and a half quicker than second.
Yeah.
You know, John Spin's cars, who's quick. You know, 126.6 is so fast. Everybody else is, you know, lots in the 129s, 30s, 31s as well. You know, the majority of the pack in that 129, 30, 31, kind of couple of seconds from each other. Pretty much almost everybody, actually, apart from a few at the bottom and then a couple of guys at the top. It's a very quick time, and it's not going to be. I wouldn't say it's demoralising for any of the other drivers or anything like that. I think people are just look at it and go, "Wow, you know, how is it just that quick?" You know, so and again was very, very quick on Tuesday, and I think probably, you know, my guess is Alex isn't going to be somebody who drives Indy cars at Imola all day, every day. So you know, but just to jump into onto the track in these cars and do that is pretty astonishing. So you know, guaranteed himself pole position there.
Very good racing so far from Alex Jameson, but of course there are another 31 drivers on the track as we jump on board with fan favourite Ethan, who bins it into a wall. But yes, some very quick races up and down this grid. Andre Hildebrand literally sitting mid-pack as ever. But just looking down that list, even inside the top 10, what a lineup we have this evening. Yerasan, John Drives Cars, The Muffin Man, Legionaries here, Nash is here, Mr. Brisket with username Duncan, Flibberty Gibbert, lads. I mean, Jamie, any one of those 10 deserving of a podium position this evening on their day.
Of course, yeah. You know, I called out Nash as being very super strong in practice on Tuesday, only doing enough for 6th at the moment, right? Although I do think he's got more time in him there if he can hook the lap up. Flibberty here, supported by his one and only loving girlfriend, Brian, I hear tonight.
Yeah, just one, of course. We can officially confirm, despite my slip of the tongue last week live on stream, he has only one girlfriend. So
Yeah.
we just
Shouldn't we
tried to
have
clear that.
started the stream this evening with an apology, like the newspaper?
Yeah, but you know, we're not really sorry though, are we? That's the problem.
Well, no, because
Oh, no, yeah, fair enough,
they
yeah.
print the apologies tiny, don't they, on the last page of something? So
Yeah.
we'd have to like slip it in like in the exit video. Oh, by the way, it was a live one.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah. Another new racer, DQ Merle. Should we go for that?
What should we call him?
I think
DK.
it's obviously
DK.
going to be DK. Yeah, DK,
DK's
14th
cool.
place. Great start to his life with the NoobGamerz. Solid in the top half of the races that we have joining us in this circuit this evening. But Imola's an interesting one to start on for a lot of these new drivers because, as Jimmy, you've said before, it is a tight technical track. There are some quite challenging corners, but you know, if you don't race these sort of tracks, how are you ever going to get better?
Yeah, indeed, it's a very challenging track, and because of the difficulty of it, we've made a few tweaks this evening to the vehicles and what the kind of the league with this season was advertised at. So this evening again we've gone for damage off. After Tuesday's practice, we had damage on, well, visual damage on, so you could see what damage would end up looking like, and it's just not possible really at the moment to race with damage on, even with all of the best drivers, you know, and all of their best intentions at heart. A tiny spin or a slip, accidentally just marginally clipping someone and they've lost their rear spoiler or something, and you then just have to limp the car. These cars do not travel well with any damage. We'll see all of the drivers tonight limping their way to the pit to repair damage, and I honestly think it would just spoil everybody's fun, and especially some of those new drivers who are in tonight. So for that reason we've decided to take damage off. We've also decided to, which we did at the beginning of the season, is to turn fuel off. These cars probably won't go the distance on fuel, and we've also taken tyre wear off. Tyre wear and fuel, same reason, is that they will almost certainly require a pit stop before the end of the race, and again, lots of new drivers in. We want their experience to be as easy and as simple as possible, and you know, we don't want to have people to worry about too much things, or perhaps have their experience ruined because they ran out of fuel or didn't know how to do a pit stop or something like that. So we've turned those three things off tonight. What we will be doing, which you know we've done in the past and have been very successful, will be a mentoring session, and in that mentoring session will be some of the things about how to manage tyres, how to set pit strategies, things like that. So for future seasons we can start to turn those things back on if they're likely to hinder the game, and the guys will know how to manage that.
Cool. So there's a full rundown of what to expect this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Overdone Pancake joining us says, since I'm new to this, is this the fastest lap or like an actual race? Well, I will hand you over to Jamie now to explain exactly what's going on right now that you can see live on the screen.
I mean, the great news for you, Pancake, is that it's both of them. Both is the answer. So the first session, of course, as with a normal race weekend, consider this the Saturday session, the qualifying. So this is just a fastest lap competition. They've got a set amount of time, 2 minutes remaining now, to do as many laps as they want, as quick as they want, and that will determine the starting grid for the race, which will follow the Sunday event. But of course, we're doing it all in one glorious night tonight. Will be the race, which is, I believe, 45 minutes of blasting action around this Imola circuit in a full race trim. So that's when they will be overtaking each other. Places will matter, and most importantly, World Championship points are up for stake, Brian. Top 700 drivers get points now, I think, so that to ensure that we finish the season with points. Of course, it's top 15. But Brian, forget all of that, because I got some even more exciting news for you boys.
Go on then.
I did say, didn't I, no one's going to beat Alex's time apart from himself. And by Jove, he's knocked another half a second off Ryan. He is now 2.1 seconds ahead of second place. It has been a long old time since we've seen anyone dominate that much in a qualifying session. Even last season, where Alex won every race, he was never that far ahead, was he?
No, never. But tonight he is putting on an absolute masterclass for all these new drivers joining the community and people watching at home perhaps for the first time. Obviously spurred on by all this newfound attention to the community, he wants to put his marker down and tell people, hey, I'm here and I'm the one to beat, and he is certainly the one to beat this evening. So it'll be a very interesting race to see if he can continue that vein of form he's on at the moment into the race. 30 seconds on the clock left to go though, plenty of time left for the rest of the drivers just to squeeze in that extra last lap to try and better their time. John's just coming to the pits now, so his night is over very, very closely ahead of Yeresan. Look at the time difference between those two fighting for that second position. But this race is hotting up to be an absolute sensational one. 32 drivers taken to the track. Only one grid place penalty so far for Vader Monkey down in 30th place. And ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us for the first time, we hope you are going to enjoy this as much as we do in the studio. And if you're here for the first time, why not drop us a follow? Because we had some follows before we even started this evening. GT3 Girl dropped us a follow. QQ Fresh dropped us a follow. And if you want to get involved in the races, Jamie just read my mind and has put the old Discord link straight in the channel too. So plenty of ways to get involved with the community this season as qualifying comes down to a close. Jimmy, first question to you. Is Alex going to win this race?
If Alex can keep it on the black stuff and away from everything else that goes on, then yeah. If Alex can't keep it on the black stuff and gets caught up with everything else that goes on, then yeah.
Jamie, same question.
Right, sorry, I've just done a quick test there actually. We've currently got 595. Now, it was only a couple of weeks ago we hit the giant milestone for us of 500, Ryan.
Yeah.
And we've rocketed up to 595. If we can sneak 5 more follows tonight, Ryan, we might be, within a month, I think, sealing our 600 milestone. That's crazy.
I'm going to say it now. We get to 600 tonight, we do a giveaway. Simple.
What are we giving away? A night with Jimmy.
Let's give away,
Okay.
I don't know, maybe a Noob's piece of merch.
Yeah, I like that. That. To who though? Just anyone in a random man, a man or woman in chat.
Yeah, we'll just do a competition live on stream. If we get to 600,
yes.
we'll give something away because we're nice like that. So 600.
That's crazy, isn't it? Though?
5 more people we need to get there.
Wow.
Crazy.
Sorry, mate. I got very excited by that. Qualifying just coming to an end there, and I thought for a minute that Squid Flipper had taken pole, but I had there's so many races. I had my thing scrolled down. Even I've got a scroll. I can only see 31 out of 32. Yeah. So Squid Flipper though at the end there with a 127.9. Nashif does sneak into third. I'll tell you what, Ryan. The battle for the second and third positions on the podium is going to be mighty.
Going to be absolutely crazy. And here's those final positions as we head to the track shortly. Alex Jamieson securing pole with an unbelievable 126.2. Squid Flipper second, Nashif third, McDonald, John drives cars, Yeresan, a witty username, the Muffin Man Legionary, and Tito Fart making up your top 10. Although Tito Fart does have a late grid place penalty, which will see Mr. Brisket in his customary 11th position actually jump up to 10th place for the start of this race. But other drivers are King Kodiak, Duncan, Flippity Gibbet, Jackie Twix, Rosie Pop, he actually told me how to say it before the race, and I've already forgotten.
Go on. Have another go.
Was it Buzzawak? I think it was Buzzawak, wasn't it? Yeah, Buzzawak. But here we go. We're about to start this race. Look at the sight of these cars bending around the corner because there's so many of them on the track, Jamie.
I mean, Vader in 32nd cannot see anywhere near the front of this grid, right? Let's see a racer in 31st can, no?
No.
23rd, just about. Yeah, okay, 20. No, so 21st. You got to be in the top 21 to actually see the front of the grid. I mean, look at this.
I've just tuned myself into the Discord chat and all of the team radios, and there's nothing but good vibes.
I like
in
it.
There.
Maybe Jimmy can be our sort of trackside helper this evening.
Yeah, I like that.
In
go and get some tips from the drivers.
See what's going on. Yeah, but all wishing each other good luck. Of course, the starts are very, very important in these cars, especially with the accelerator and the turbo. You will see if anybody's on their acceleration too hard from the green lights, you'll see them pretty much just rotate on the spot and potentially take a few people out. So starts are very important, and just worth mentioning very quickly, of course, these cars have the KERS button, so they've got 10 push to passes tonight. They'll press that'll give them a performance boost as well, so we'll see some vehicles making the most of that during overtakes and things like that. But I think, Ryan, it looks like most of the drivers are just about getting themselves ready for the big moment.
Indeed. Rye Podges is here. He says good luck, Vader. Then Paget, good luck, or little sis Duncan. Is excited that Duncan's got himself in 13th place. Lots of excitement off the track, plenty of excitement on it as we're about to get underway here. We've got the flash of the screen, we've got the word syncing, and Alex Jamieson will take us away in 3, 2, 1. go, 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 ladies and gentlemen, as we get ourselves underway here at Imola. Alex Jameson with a decent start, and there's wheels spinning off behind in the distance as all the cars try and make it round the first corner, but Squiddly Diddly, old Flipper, nearly took a march on Alex Jameson into this corner, and he might just hold on to it. No, Alex Jameson fights back, but absolute carnage with places changing all over the place beyond the top 2 positions. What a start to this race, Jamie.
He momentarily did it, and we've seen before the one weakness Alex does have consistently is his starts. Yet again, slow off the line. Squid Flipper almost stealing the march on him, momentarily overtaking him, but Alex battling back. We're just on board in 9th place with Muffin Man now. Pretty clean start, it looks like, down the grid. Let's have a check. There's someone just on the gravel there, a car backwards, but nothing too major. A car backwards, nothing too major. Generally, you know, compared to Tuesday, of course, pretty good. 2 Cup in 19th place. As he sees the spin, he's going to avoid it. Oh! And he just manages to avoid the collision, and he actually gains himself 2 lovely, lovely places there, Ryan. Yes, pretty good. Duncan up to top 10 for little sis out there.
Yeah, Duncan driving well up to top 10 at the moment. He's got his eyes set on Legionary, who's in 9th at the moment. But these places in the top 10 moving all the time. The top 3 currently looks like this. Alex Jameson, Squid Flipper, and John drives cars with a witty username not too far behind in 4th, but plenty of time left. 43 minutes on the clock, and there's a few lockups there into that corner. Duncan takes advantage of one, grips himself up to 9th, and he's battling side by side with Yerasan, who in turn's battling with Legionary. And there's someone in the pits already. Early start for a witty username straight in the pits. I wonder whether that's a drive-through for perhaps starting too early. That would be my guess, considering how early on in this race. So Duncan up to 2 places while we've been on board with him, Jamie. And I think that's just going to be the night, isn't it? Places changing all the time.
Yeah, almost every position on the leaderboard has got the battle indicator right now, Ryan. Absolutely crazy on this massive grid. Ethan plumb last, unfortunately, Ryan. He must have been one of those involved early doors in the collision, but it does give him the opportunity to have a heroic comeback for us to follow, which will be fantastic. Yeah, it must have been a jump start, right, because of course no damage tonight, so no reason for a witty username to jump in the pits to repair anything. This pack, Ryan, it just packs everywhere. Look at this.
Yeah,
every single position on the track has got a huge pack, apart from Alex Jameson, who's already got a 3-second lead after that early scare.
Yeah, crazy at the top with Alex Jameson getting himself ahead early doors, but Mertman ALH in 25th is trying to push on Andre Hildebrand here for 24th. Just ahead of them is Roughneck One, so plenty of action here. As there's a bit of a slide from Andre. It's very uncustomary, but they both coming together. Luckily, the damage isn't on, but there are cars flying through the air in the background. And somehow, Merck only loses 1 place amongst all that absolute carnage at the back. Andre, the big loser. Roughneck, and also another big loser, dropping down to 30th. And Jamie, the Ethan comeback was on. Yeah. But he's also been caught up with it and is still into 30 seconds.
Absolute carnage, but we've got to jump up here, Ryan, because, well, there's just endless battles. The pack's here, and I'm just going to go on with him, so you've got to say his name again. Yeah. They have just slightly eased open, actually, but very, very close between a lot of the guys out there. Fantastic racing all up and down the grid early doors. Let's jump on with John actually quickly, because the battle for 2nd and 3rd is hotting up here. The Muffin Man has dropped quite far back in 4th already, but these 2, Ryan, fighting over best of the rest behind Alex. Currently Squid Flipper's got that honour, but John, if he can keep it, you know, facing forward, Ryan, he's always quick.
Certainly is. Yeah, that boy's got pace as long as he can keep it on the black stuff, and he's going to try and do just that this evening as he hunts down Squid Flipper for an all-important 2nd place in this race, and of course some very, very good championship points. And there's a big mistake from Squid there. He goes very wide on the corner, and that opens the door to John Drive Cars, who snaffles up 2nd position and says, thank you very much, your turn to catch me. But there is a mistake from John going over the grass, and these 2 basically trying to give each other the places at the moment. Wow, wow, wow.
I'll tell you what, Muffin Man must be thinking, Christ guys, keep going like this, I'll be having that 2nd place podium, please. But yeah, mistakes from both, but it is John who comes away with the position currently, Ryan. Oh, there's just too many options to choose who to look at. Let's go on to board with Mike Crassus, because we've not seen him so far tonight. He is battling on with Liberty and one of the new drivers whose name I forget, sorry, Rossi Bob, was it?
It's Rossi Bob, yeah, Rossi Bob. Just ahead here, there's a coming together from the 2 of them. But Mike Crassus gets distracted and takes a spin, trying to face them off, and he loses more ground. But the community have spoken off the track, Jamie, since we put out the demand for 5 more followers. Gusex has followed, Spiky Logic's followed, Rye Podges has followed, and that takes us ever closer to 600 followers where we will be giving a giveaway. But enough about off the track. On it, we have some more sensational scenes racing up and down. We're over 5 minutes in now as Robbie Wild takes another spin. Jamie, I'm out of breath. We're only 5 minutes in.
I mean, we've seen a lot of unforced errors from drivers tonight. Maybe we could get Jim in on that. Actually, are these cars on this track? Are they just particularly slippery? We've seen way more unforced errors than we normally do.
Yeah, they're quite twitchy. The thing with these cars is, excuse me, you have to have decent downforce on the cars to give you grip in the corners. To have decent downforce, you need decent speed going into the corners. Problem with that is if you don't have the downforce, they become super twitchy, more twitchy than they normally are. So difficult cars to tame, and it'll be a difficult season this season in these cars, but equally balanced by just as much fun, I think. So I mean, fairly tricky cars to handle and to tame.
There we go. You've heard it from the man himself, who's got the experience of driving these cars. Another person with a lot of experience is Nashift, who's hunting down Yerasan the 5th place. Incredible scenes as little sis Duncan drops us a follow as well. We're up to 599. Right. Surely we're going to get to 600 this evening and give some stuff away, but 38 minutes of action still to take you through before we do that. What a turnout tonight, says Marley. I can only agree with him. Good evening, Marley. Great to have you here with us. I mean, I'm not sure we're going to get through this race without losing our voices, Jamie.
It's crazy, isn't it? I mean, I'm just waiting for that hype train to reappear itself.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic though, I have to say. Marley, welcome my friend. Yeah, the lobby was so full tonight, Jimmy had to kick himself out to let everyone get in, which is just crazy times. Check again, says Cyberdyne. Let's do the chat, right? Are you doing it? Or let's both do it, screw it. Boys, that is genuinely surprising. It really was not long ago we were chuffed, weren't we? Genuinely chuffed to get to 500. And I'll tell you what, momentum picks up. It's true, doesn't it? Because already we're at 600.
Yeah,
scenes.
And we've actually had two, Kizzy K and Cyberdyne dropping us a follow, taking us to 601. Ridiculous scenes off the track.
Too many.
The community have spoken. They are obviously putting the big thumbs up our way to the NoobGamerz this evening. Thank you very much to everyone who supported us to get us this far, but we've got so much further to go. We're going to continue bringing you exhilarating action like we're seeing here this evening at Imola in these Indy cars. 37 minutes on the clock and a witty username. Jamie had the early drive-through down in 32nd place, but he's recovered well to 21st and perhaps sniffing and smelling a cheeky little point in 15th place.
Yeah, he was sort of top 5, top 6, wasn't he, when he pit? So very high up in qualifying. We know he's got the pace line. He will be enjoying a little pushback through the pack, and unfortunately for us, Ethan's still 31st. Ryan, not miles off, but still, he's obviously had a couple of issues, and his great comeback has so far not materialised. Big news at the top, though. John drives car, picking up the first penalty of the evening with a 1 second penalty as Witty. There's no one to do himself. Oh no! He has to dip round 1, but he's weaving all over the track, and he does get past. It was that racer in the end, but that was, wasn't clean, was it?
No.
Any of them there.
No, and he's actually gained another place as Indigo finds himself off the track as well, and Legion just picked up a penalty while Jamie was speaking there too. More racing though with Jackie Twix. He's on the march to try and get a position off Mr. Brisket, who, as ever, Jamie, he's in 11th place. He bloody loves 11th place, that boy, doesn't he?
He loves an 11th, Mr. Brisket, yeah. Picking up where he left off like a year ago with his classic 11th place finish, yeah. He'll be battling to keep that one for sure, and he definitely won't want to be overtaken Buzzerwhack. Although he's not got a choice as Buzzerwhack takes a spin and does drop that place. Jackie Twix had nowhere to go. Got blocked, did very, very well to not make contact. Very good drive from Jackie, but it has cost him a place. And maybe a cheeky slowdown there.
Yeah,
he was thinking about it, maybe momentarily. John did have a couple of second lead over Squid, but with that penalty and maybe some other issues, he has been clawed back in. Ryan, this battle is certainly not done, but I can't avoid. Sorry, there's so many battles. I can't not go and show us this one. There's about 9 cars in this battle.
Yeah, what a train we have here. Much better than any hype train can provide us. A train of vehicles all following each other around this circuit, trying to grab all important places on this race. We're on board with DK, who's hunting down Andre at the moment in 23rd. But a little bit squirmy there. Another unforced error. We got spinning up ahead as well. Rossibot finds himself in the wall, and after a little squiggle himself, DK actually does gain a place up to 23rd. But Andre chasing another new boy down in Merc Madman ALH. And that's the thing with these cars, isn't it, gents? Like, as I'm sure you found, Jimmy, racing them, it doesn't take a lot to make a mistake. And one mistake here, with the pack so tightly congested, you can seriously lose a few positions, can't you?
Easy to lose a few positions, especially at this speed. You know, some of these cars are pushing on really, really high speed, so you spin out and, you know, somebody's passed you in seconds, really. Another reason, of course, why we had damage off. You know, you spin out and you just touch a blade of grass and you've lost the wheel, pretty much. So yeah, sorry to hear Cyberdyne having issues with the internet there. Overdone Pancake getting involved in the chat, and Marley in the chat as well. So good to see you guys busy in the chat. I can confirm I've recently, just in the last minute or two, dipped into the voice chat comms in the Discord, and I can confirm you can hear a pin drop.
Really?
It is silent.
Is that quite rare?
It is silent. Yeah, there is full concentration going on in there.
Yeah.
There's 30 odd people in there, so you normally have at least a couple of people chatting together.
Wow.
There's full concentration in there. So I tentatively crept in, I tentatively crept back out again, hopefully going unnoticed. But if you're watching and want to get involved in the Discord chat, and maybe not just at the moment while it's dead silent, but join the channel anyway. There's a link in the Twitch chat for that now.
Wow, incredible scenes then off the track as the drivers are full of focus, and I'm sure their palms will be laced with sweat as they hold onto these tamely vehicles around this circuit, trying to wrestle with the wheels around each and every corner. A few penalties starting to rack up again though. Nashift with a penalty in 12th. Jackie Twix also picking himself up something for foul play this evening. So a few penalties starting to slip in now, Jamie, but there's still plenty of racing going on, which is great. You know, despite the clear differences in ability between the top and the bottom of the grid, it gives everyone, despite whatever their ability, someone to race.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of the noobs community. Of course, there's always someone around your level, and always someone who's might be quicker but will be willing to help you get quicker as well. I love the sound of these cars, right? Really, they sound like F1 cars. So you've got that sort of droning, and really gives you that race day feel. It's fantastic stuff. Legionary with a penalty was running comfortably top 10, and something's gone wrong.
He's trying to get
maybe a
back.
VR issue or something, and he's 30th now. Wow. Soon to be last, so big issues there from Legionary.
Looks like he's got some hellish lag going on there or something. But Vader Monkey says it's okay, my PC is completely crashed. Oh, another one bites the dust, ladies and gentlemen. As Vader Monkey, who's, you know, great new community member, getting involved with everything, and his PC takes a tumble this evening. So not great news for him, but thankfully he's joined us here to enjoy the rest of the race on the Twitch channel. Jackie Twix and Nash have locked in a decent battle though here. 2 people with penalties, but the top 15 looking very spicy, Jamie, and there's still plenty of places up for grabs all over this grid. I'm looking at Psycho Lizard. He's only a couple of seconds outside the points, and there's still plenty of time for him to get in there.
Yeah, absolutely. Mike Rassus himself battling with Took in 14th. Let's just jump on board with that, actually, because Took having another solid race, as is Crassus here, 14th and 15th, occupying those last 2 points positions at the moment. Yeah, battles everywhere. That battle for second still raging. Squid within the second, and John still got the penalty. A long way to go, of course, right? But I mean, Alex Jameson 16, 17 seconds ahead already. Gutted Jay, yeah, Vader Monkey, bad times.
Never nice. Never nice.
Back off to DJ then, I suppose, is it, Vader?
Yeah, lay down some fat beats. I think that's the right terminology, isn't it? Right?
Sounds right to me.
I'm not a doctor, but I think that's the right term. Q-Block's here in 20. Would you not come to my practice?
I think I would.
You might bring your cat though.
Yeah.
Q-Block's here. Yeah,
You'd rather die, jeez.
just realised what you'd said then. Wow.
Yeah, hi Doctor, I've got a really painful finger. No problem, if you could just take off your clothes.
My eyes are a bit funny. Okay, just pop your trousers down there. It's all connected, don't worry about it, trust me, I'm a doctor. Q-Block's 24th, Ryan, come on, let me say it. He's chasing Snacker GB, of course he is, and just up the road he's got Whitty and Crichton and Merc all having a battle. Wherever you are, Ryan, you're in your own personal battle, and not far up the road or behind you, there's another battle for you, just sort of waiting for you to get embroiled with.
Could you say, Jamie, that whenever you're racing, you're always in a battle either with others or yourself?
I mean, that's so deep. I mean, that, Ryan, is why you are the #1 racing broadcaster out there. Oh, unbelievable. I tell you what, we're just waiting for Martin Brundle to retire, aren't we? And you'll be in there.
Like a rat of a train guy coming straight to me.
Like a rat in 1300s England.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about. Leisurely, as I guessed, his VR crashed, Jim. What would you say to racers out there with racing in VR? Worth it or not worth the risk?
I have to say, recently there seems to have been less VR crashes. But I would say the #1 cause of people dipping out of this game is because of VR issues. It's immersive and it feels cool and it looks cool. Unless you suffer from motion sickness like I do, then it's absolutely horrific.
Yeah.
Hellish is a good word.
Literally the worst thing you could possibly do.
Yeah, really bad. Until it crashes and then knocks you out of the game, really. But so that's unfortunate. And I know Legionary was probably quite looking forward to racing tonight. So
doing well, he was. Yeah, well up there.
Legionary, of course, the one of the main guys from Monday night's streams for the race room event we run at the Noobs. So he's a good, strong stalwart for the NoobGamerz, and you can tune into his streams on our channel on Monday nights at 8 PM.
And a top mentor, of course, in our community, Jim. Happy to help anyone out with any sim racing games or problems.
Absolutely. I asked a question earlier in the mentor chat. I did have to put in there that I wasn't taking the piss in the question because, believe it or not, I don't know everything. So I asked it. It was a question about curves, about the curve system the guys are having in the cars tonight. And he came back, and a few of the other members of the community came back straight away with answers and information, and within 3 minutes I think I'd got all the information and more that I needed from 5 different members of the community. So how good is that?
Yeah.
Very good. Speaking of questions though, gents, Mr. Brisket asking loads of them of Duncan at the moment as he tries to find his way past. Little sis Duncan says she's very proud of her brother and loves joining us here on Thursdays, which is amazing to hear. But at the moment, to be fair to Duncan, he is fighting off one of the OGs from the community. Mr. Brisket's been here a long time with us on and off, and at the moment Duncan just doing enough to hold it off. But here comes Nashift as well to join the party, and this could get spicy. And as I say that, huge collision, and Nashift takes full advantage. Mr. Brisket rear-ending Duncan. Obviously we couldn't quite see what happened, but there we go. Close racing ends in tears, and now it's Jackie Twix's turn to try and catch Duncan. But Jimmy H and Jamie pick the bones out of that one, my friends.
I mean, you never want to see that, do you? You never want to see that. We saw how close they were, and Mr. Brisket was so close for laps and laps, trying to put the pressure on, but just one tiny slip of concentration, maybe slightly missing his braking point, just went into the back of him, Ryan, and that, of course, is the danger of running so close to someone. What a shame for Duncan. Nothing malicious, of course, just a terrible accident, Jim. It looked like.
Yeah, to me, it looked like, just watching the replay back, which I've posted in the Twitch chat now. It looks to me as if it just looks like Brisket was carrying a bit too much speed into the corner and caught Duncan. I would say, it wasn't malice, was it? It's just one of those unfortunate events. Duncan will be upset, Mr. Brisket will be upset, Nashift won't because he snapped up 2 places.
That should be having a lovely old time out there. But Yerasan, now Ryan, Yerasan is here, and he and the Muffin Man have both stolen that podium position off Squid Flipper, who's suddenly down in 5th place. Must have been a mistake, but now the battle is on for 3rd and that final podium, the much coveted podium, Ryan, between the Muffin Man, who is in fact a man, confirmed 100%, and Yerasan now. Who's your money on here, right?
Well, if I was a betting man, I would not be putting it on this race because these two drivers, each to their own, are fantastic. Yerasan certainly more consistent. Muffin Man, I'd say, normally better with sheer pace, but maybe got a little bit of an erratic nature to him. So there's my analysis of both races. So I would say, if you put a gun to my head, I'd go Yerasan based on consistency, because I just know Muffin Man every now and again has just got a little mistake in him that we've seen in the past, but hopefully for his sake he proves us wrong this evening. But no doubt they'll both give us some great racing, although a flurry of back markers up ahead they're going to have to try and navigate.
And I know you absolutely love a backmarker mingling in a battle, right? I know you love it. You get excited. Yeah, great. I mean, great shout. Interesting shout on the quicker drive. I don't think I could pick him apart, but definitely Yerasan is renowned, isn't he, for his consistency in this community ever since he joined, which was only a couple of seasons ago, probably now.
Yeah.
But look at this. I mean, how are they going to pick their way to?
Oh! Wow! Sideways action here, and Squid Flipper comes and joins the party, gets ahead of the back marker, all importantly as well. So Yerasan not only loses a place, but is also stuck behind a back marker, with Squid Flipper and the Muffin Man able to nudge himself past after that mistake from the back marker, and Yerasan will be kicking himself, but Squid Flipper is very, very happy after that, and now has an opportunity of grabbing his third place back. The Muffin Man, of course, with a penalty, Jamie. Is it worth getting a quick check on what that penalty is? 2 seconds!
Okay, interesting.
May well get a slowdown for that, cutting straight across the grass on that corner.
And gaining places, yeah.
Did he go past the back marker? Was that
he gained on Yerasan, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm astonished he's not had a slowdown by now or an additional penalty for that.
No. I mean, God, I was just talking about consistency, right, weren't we? And, you know, you can be as consistent as you want yourself, and Yerasan is probably, arguably, the most consistent driver out there, maybe other than Alex. But you can't account for other people's consistency. No. Nothing you could do there, Yerasan, and as Marley says, fair play to Yerasan, he was very, very courteous there. He could have tried to dive up the inside himself, and if he had done, he wouldn't have seen Squid Flipper coming, and that could have ended much, much worse. So, but I'll tell you what, we're set for a three-way battle potentially here, right, once the back markers are cleared. And
are we?
Rewind, Ryan!
Oh no! Squid Flipper all over the place at the moment. He's got his position back, but he's basically handing it on a plate to Yerasan as he goes very wide into the corner, and Yerasan with a great opportunity, both in the same liveries here this evening, so it gives a little bit of a challenge from afar in case we miss something. But yeah, Yerasan and Squid Flipper going toe to toe here around this circuit. 22 minutes on the clock, plenty of time left, and perhaps, Jamie, that came into Yerasan's thinking. He knows there's a long time left. He's confident in his abilities, so he knows he doesn't have to make any rash manoeuvres, and he's managed to, as you said, keep both of their races intact with some cool, calm driving under that pressure of the mistake of the back marker there. So yeah, fair play to Yerasan, and both of them now navigate another back marker and are on to the back of Squid Flipper once again. But yes, do not rule out any of these drivers at the moment sneaking into that podium position that is currently held by the Muffin Man. Although John, you know, we've mentioned him a few times, even 7 seconds ahead now. He's looking pretty tidy in second place.
He's looking solid, actually. No pressure now for John. It's an interesting point, right, because of course with damage off, and everyone knows damage is off, it's a lot easier to be not as courteous as Yerasan, because normally you're being partly courteous because you don't want to damage your own car, but of course that's not an issue tonight. So he could have probably gone for that, got away with it, but like you said, even despite that issue being removed for him, although I'm not sure what happened there. Maybe Jim could get us a clip there.
Oh, he was trying to go down the inside. I just think
Squid Flipper went as well, though, right?
Yeah,
and he's back in front.
I think Yerasan chose his moment wrongly there to try and overtake that back marker.
Yes.
The back marker stuck to the racing line. You could question whether the back marker should have done that, but as we always say, you know, you've got to try and find the right time to get past. But Yerasan perhaps choosing, surprisingly, the wrong moment to try and take that back marker, and didn't actually cost himself too much time. But
struggling a bit now, actually. Indeed, right, sorry to cut you there. It looks like he's struggling a bit. Interestingly, he let Squid Flipper back pass. Not sure why exactly.
God, Jamie.
Squidly didn't.
Sorry,
What?
Sorry.
Go on.
Who is the Genim, and have they been listening to our private staff conversations about what's going to be happening in the next one-off? Is all I'm going to say.
a spin-off season or something. Teams pair some of the better guys with those. I mean, come on, the Jenin. What are you hacking us? Just don't worry about it. You know, these things will be revealed. Squidward are now down to 6th, Ryan. So more issues. Quick question for you, Jim, just to confirm: is tyre wear on or off?
Tyre wear's off.
It's off. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. My
that would have been a major
15-minute monologue at the start of the stream explains.
story. Yeah.
This is awkward.
Sorry, I
used to
actually that. I was getting my online doctor's certificate.
Yeah, were you? Yeah.
When you were
buying
doing
that one on eBay, were you?
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
Jim, just what is the password?
Come on, what's the lobby called, Jim?
Today
What's the community called, Jim? I can't remember.
It's no problem. I don't mind. I'm happy to
Just
help.
saying, leaders need to pass back markers safely, of course. Yeah, it did look like perhaps Yerison, like you said, Ryan, chose the wrong moment there. He does, however, somehow find himself in 3rd after all of those battles. However, he does have one of your favourites, of course, for his punning abilities, or opportunities, should I say. It's old McDonald had a farm up in 4th, pushing for that podium.
Sorry, worth mentioning, of course, that the Kurz, I was going to say, Jamie, if we can see the speedo,
Yeah, sure.
that will tell us how many charges of Kurz are left in the system. And of course, when you press Kurz, that just deploys more speed, and it's hard to slow yourself down. So if you're deploying speed at a corner, a bit like I think it was Yerison was, and there's turns out to be an accident or a spin on that corner, hard to get on your brakes and stop ahead of it. So to kind of shoot past may have been an only option there on board with Tito Fart.
Yeah, go on.
I love the fact that Tito Fart's just blitzed all 10. He's like, I'm done. Get them all out of my system. Still finds himself in 25th place.
Well, he's maybe going too fast, right?
Yeah.
Can't keep it in a straight line there.
Yeah, looking like perhaps on a controller this evening. Not sure with the twitchy vehicle motions. Then a witty username with 6 left, which is probably about right for how long's left. And I imagine we won't see one deployed down here because, as you'll see any minute now, the car topping out in 6th gear, getting a good tow there behind Andre. The car will top out. There's no point in using the Kurz here. Good place to use it, I was advised, is going in that little uphill section where we saw Mr. Brisket's nudge on Duncan just as you come up there to give you that boost up the hill. So interesting to see when that gets used.
Very exaggerated movements in these cars, right? Isn't it? I mean, Whitty just clearly trying to just slightly flick out from behind Andre so he didn't go into back him, but just even that slight movement was so exaggerated across the track.
Yeah, definitely. You've got to be so careful in these cars. They are certainly a little bit squirmy, shall we say. Little shout out for Alex Jamieson though, just popping in 127s at the top of the grid, just 3 seconds quicker than anyone on the track. Just cash.
Would have been pole.
Yeah,
would have been pole.
Just 127.
Just in race trim.
Just whatever. Cash. Yeah, looking forward to speaking to him later on as he's inevitably going to win this race.
Ryan, it's not like you to make claims like that, man. It's not like you to go early. John's only 28 seconds behind. He does have a 1 second penalty though, which could be the difference actually.
Yeah.
Come the end of the race. Sorry to slay you there, Jim. Ethan's still last.
Little pat on the inhaler.
Fine, yeah, that's fine. Ethan's still last. As apparently Ethan's still last is a phrase that sets off my my Siri. So good. Duncan though, I just want to ask little sis Duncan actually, right?
Yeah.
Duncan currently running in a solid 10th place, bit of a gap in front and behind him, so no sort of immediate battles for Duncan, but up in 10th. Is she happy with a top 10 position, right? Now, considering this grid was so full, we had to kick people out, including the leader of the community. I mean, 10th place, surely that's a great result, isn't it? Wouldn't it be?
I mean, if I was her and I was him, I'd be saying, yeah, give me 10th place before I even started. That's very solid.
That's she's happy.
Odyssey suggesting we should do a community golf with friends. Well, you say that, Odyssey, but remember, in about 2 or 3 months' time, it'll be our 2nd birthday, and no doubt we're going to have another opportunity to get the games going with all of you out there in the community, because what a blast it was last time we did that. Hopefully social distancing measures we brought down to an absolute minimum so the 3 of us can get behind the camera together and have a fantastic night with the community, playing all sorts of games. With the username certainly playing his own game here though, Jamie. He's going from last to first as the game he's trying to play, and he's halfway through it so far. Is he going to complete it tonight?
I mean, Jim, if you ever wanted any tips there on live off the cuff links, I mean, the master at work yet again. Little Sis Duncan is, you know, she's okay with that ride, but she thinks he could do a lot better. Harsh, but I like it. You need someone to drive you on. Yeah, he is. He's had a great race, Whitty, considering what he had to do at the start with his drive-through penalty, having to do a drive through the pits. It lost him a lot of time right at the start of the race when the pack was bunched up, so basically lost every position, but he's fought his way back to 15th, looks like maybe 14th soon. Good driver Whitty, isn't it? Good community member, actually. Carried way too much speed there though.
Yes, very much so. Right, so competition time, ladies and gentlemen. 15 minutes to go of this race. You out there in the chat, tell us a creative reason why you should be the winner of our free piece of NoobGamerz merch this evening. Jimmy, hopefully I'm going to put this upon you. If you can just quickly copy and paste all the responses we get this evening into a cheeky little notepad or Word something. We can read through them all later. But I'm thinking, let's get the
document.
Yeah, let's get.
Can I tempt you with Excel, Jim?
I haven't got Excel on my PC.
Are you kidding me? How are you alive?
I haven't got it because I used Google document.
Oh, there we go. So we're looking for creativity. We're looking to see. Tell us why you deserve it. Tell us what makes you special in our community out there watching this evening, and why you should be bestowed a free piece of NoobGamerz merchandise. So there's your challenge for the remaining 15 minutes. It is a great prize.
Great prize. I don't even have any merch yet. Right? Can I enter?
Yeah. Why should you win, mate?
Because I do give up my Thursday nights every week for it.
No,
can I just say he gives up his Thursday nights specifically from 8 till 10, and
and Saturday nights, and you know, some time during the week.
Yeah,
less than you, Jim.
Yeah, way less than me.
But you know, that's fine.
He's here, and guess who else is here, gents? Bizzawhack was there, but now he's not. As we move to a battle with Psycho Lizard, who's in 15th place. Bizzawhack, who's pushing on a witty username. He wants that 14th place back, ladies and gentlemen. Psycho Lizard not content with a final points position. He's thinking, I want more, I want another point. And he's going to do everything he can in the final 30 minutes to push past the witty username. But witty username, remember, is on the charge through the grid this evening. 2 entries so far. QQ Fresh, because I support Ethan, even though he's in a last place. I mean, is that a reason? That good enough reason?
That's pretty good. I mean, the support for Ethan is truly amazing, isn't it? Right? You have to say. They don't care where he finishes, do they?
No, they certainly don't. They certainly don't. But anyway, keep those. What should we call them? Monologues coming in this evening about why you should be the recipient of a free piece. Postage included.
Now, right, do we get to choose the merch piece that they get?
Well, obviously we'll have to see whether it's a man or a woman who wins it first, because obviously there are different ranges.
You know, the bag suits both.
The what, sorry?
The bag, the little tote bag.
Yeah, it's not going to be a tote bag. We want them to wear it with pride. It is cheap.
I'm joking, of course. You can have whatever the hell you want. Don't worry about it. Flibber is not worrying about it either, Ryan, as he is trying to steal that 10th place off Duncan. He doesn't care about Little Sis or Nana June, right? He just wants that 10th place.
So he does. He can smell it. He can taste it. He can see it. It's right there in front of him. Duncan goes. You could see Duncan thinking, I might just pull across there. Then decided against it as he gets the inside line to defend well into the corner, holding off Liberty at the moment for 10th place. So Duncan got some more work to do here. We've seen him in a few battles, always the defender rather than the attacker, and hopefully he can channel his inner Marcel Desailly and keep Liberty Gibbert at bay for as long as possible. 11.5 minutes on the clock. Alex Jameson, as a reminder, winning this race at a canter, but still plenty of places up for grabs. It is close for 3rd place. It is pretty close for 10th place that we're seeing on our screens now. We've got challenges all up and down this grid, Jamie. Plenty of racing action still left, but Liberty is giving Duncan a run for his money here.
Absolutely, yeah, it's a great battle. This could go on for several laps, maybe to the end of the race. Where there definitely isn't a battle is 1st place or 2nd place, as John, in shock scenes, Ryan, has had a very consistent race, and after a bit of early battling, has got himself an almost 20-second lead over 3rd, Ryan, which is looking now very comfortable for him in 2nd. Here we go, though, again, Flibber on the home straight. He's going to have another go, Ryan. He's got a bit more of a run this time, maybe. Duncan defending well, though. He's got the line. Can't get it, can he? Can't get him. Got a bit of curse to use. He's not going to use it. Duncan goes back to the racing line at the last minute. Liberty very fair though on the brakes. Doesn't try and outbrake him, and the battle continues for another lap.
Yeah, Very good stuff out on track. Duncan just knowing where to put his car. TND Tackle says he's just got back from gliding. I mean, incredible scene, just cheeky little glide. So good to see him back in the community. Welcome back. What have you missed? Well, what haven't you missed? As Flippity actually makes the move down the inside on Duncan, it looks like he's got the job done. Outmanoeuvring him on the break-in, and Duncan's now 1.2 seconds behind, so Flippity gets the job done there, Jamie. Well done to him to snaffle up 10th place, and Duncan's got some work to do to catch him back up now.
Yeah, fantastic racing from all of them out there. Duncan, definitely don't write him out yet. I just suddenly thought we should probably pop the merch link to the shop actually in the chat so people can see what they could possibly win, right? So there it is, the merch link is there. You know, so if you're not the lucky winner tonight, right, you might want to just treat yourself anyway.
Exactly.
Be part of the cool crew, yeah?
Yeah, why not? McDonald, though, he doesn't need merch. He's got farmer's overalls, and he's pushing on Squid Flipper here for 4th place.
NoobGamerz could be great on those chilly farmer mornings, right, at 5 AM on the fields in the cow shed. A lovely little hoodie would be great for that, wouldn't it?
Exactly, yeah. McDonald would do himself a world of good to grab himself a NoobGamerz hoodie to help feed them cows and sheep earlier in the mornings, but not
vegan
content.
Hoodie.
Is vegan, of course, not content with just dealing with his farm. He is trying to grab good positions out on track as he battles with Squidworth for 4th place. My Crashers, though, 25th place at the moment. Roughneck 1, 24th place. These two, Jamie, have been locked in the battle for quite a while now.
They have, as a new face, or name, sorry, I should say, arrives in chat. Gamer Simple 12 Twitch. Welcome, my friend. Hello. You join us with 8 minutes to go in the race.
Yep, 8 important minutes to go. Plenty of places still up for grabs here. Are you the one racing? I mean, I would love to be able to race all 32 cars myself at the same time, but unfortunately, no. We do things a little bit differently here in the NoobGamerz studios. We broadcast the entire race, every car, every action, all the thrills and spills, without just watching monotonous sim racing channels sat behind one car, which is boring as F. But what isn't boring, Jamie, is this race so far, is it?
Wow. I mean, that was savage. But yeah, it's been a great race. Yeah, think of this as, just popping on Sky Sports F1 or something. Where you're watching the full race with full commentary. Leisure saying yes, his wheel is in his lap. Yeah, it's been a great race. 7 minutes to go. Big black gap at the front now, but plenty of battles up and down this grid still. A huge grid. Started with the full 32 drivers, Ryan. We're down to 27 now after this long, grueling race. But 7 minutes to go. Jim, I know this is a tough one, but who do you think is going to win this race?
It's tough. I've just nipped into the Discord chat again just now to let them know that there's a chance to win some merch straight after the race on the Discord, on the Twitch stream. Absolute pure silence. I went in and it was dead, and it was dead quiet. Okay, literally nothing, silence. And I just went, lads, opportunity to win some Noobs merch live on the stream straight after the race. A pure silence again. Literally thought my mic was mute or something. And I was like, okay, I'll leave you guys to it now. And there was like one mild chuckle, and then I just kind of left the channel.
You should go in there and just play some fat beats.
Lads, did you just see my pass? I just made a pass. Did you see it on stream? Got my controller out.
Suddenly play like the final countdown or something out of nowhere.
So pure concentration still going on there. Obviously, Alex Jameson is going to win this race. I'd love to see Nashif moved up into a podium position. 6 minutes still left to go, of course. He is 10 seconds, 15 seconds behind the podium finish, so unlikely to happen. A couple of new guys, I think, in 8th position is Mammoth. So that's a good...
Muffin Man,
that's the Muffin Man, I beg your pardon.
No worries.
Sorry. Yeah, hard to call. I mean, taking Alex out of the mix, Yerestan's having a really good race. Yerestan and Squid, really good race. Nashif, of course, on board with Nashif, who's a NoobGamerz OG, doing quite well. There's lots of chat going on. Tender Tacos is back from gliding. Received your shirt. Nice one. What gliding? What have you been gliding? What have you been doing?
Probably a glider.
Probably a glider, yeah.
Probably a
100%,
glider.
I would say,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Over the Pancakes entrance into the competition to win some merch, of course. You have to type in chat as to why you should win merch. Well, gents, I am by far the noobiest racer here of all. Now, since I need to improve, of course, I will need some merch to scare off everyone that wants to challenge me. So there we are. The Jen is in their Odyssey with yet another entrance into the competition.
One per user, please.
Also suggesting watching Ryan race is indeed boring.
Yeah, and he's not wrong.
Ryan, come on. What do you mean he's not wrong?
Sorry, 20th. Hang on, Odyssey.
Yeah, exactly, come on.
How'd you get on Monday, mate? Yeah, how'd you get on
Boring,
Monday?
Ryan, but effective.
Boring but effective. Gets the job done. Get their attention.
Sex life as well, Jim. Boring but effective. So what do you want? Do you want it to be exciting and rubbish, or boring and gets the job done, right?
Talking about getting the job done, though, gents. Nashif is on the march here. He's in 7th place, but he's hunting.
He's just lost that place, right?
Hunting like a cobra
to
get his position back.
Unfortunately. He's good flip round. He's been hunted by King Kodiak just now. Lost that 6th place, Ryan. Actually, just as Jimmy said he hopes he pops up onto the podium, he lost a place into 7th. Jimmy, welcome to the comms box, and the power you now wield over these drivers by your mere words.
I mean, I like the suggestion that, because obviously the joke about me driving all these cars, that I control the cars with my mind. I like that. Can I just pick up on that?
That would be good.
I enjoy
Yeah,
it.
that would be good.
But anyway, welcome to the channel, everyone. Hopefully you're going to enjoy the last 4 minutes of this race. Plenty of action still to go. I can see Jason Resins dropped us a follow. Gamer Simple 12 Twitch has also dropped us a follow. Welcome to the community. Welcome. You've just helped us surpass 600 followers on Twitch. If you are new to the channel, remember, when this race is done, the fun does not stop there. We will be bringing you live driver interviews straight after the race. The top 3 drivers will be giving us their views on the racing, and of course we're going to choose who is going to win the NoobGamerz merch. Get your entrance in now. Tell us why you deserve to win a piece of merchandise as you help us celebrate 600 followers on the channel.
Now, I do just very quickly want to say, Squid Flipper, of course, pushing up on McDonald. Can you just very quickly put the camera on McDonald? I just want to see that McDonald only has 1 push to pass left. Squid Flipper has 4 left. Of course, Squid Flipper carrying a 1 second penalty, I think. So Squid Flipper has 4 curves buttons left in 2 minutes. So he's going to be pushing on McDonald to try and get that placed, and he's certainly got the advantage if he can just nudge a little bit closer to McDonald. Sorry to interject there, but I just wanted to make that point.
Very good points, and that is the exact sort of professionalism you bring to this commentary duo, because we are, of course, known for a lack of it. So, Jimmy, I thank you for your time.
It's a bit of a shambles, really, and I'm tired of filing the complaint.
It was a big old filing cabinet.
Yeah.
Ryan, the chat is kicking off. We've been missing tons of it. I mean, I can't possibly catch up on all of it, but the good news is Gamer Simple's joined us for the first time and says, I mean, this should be really fun to watch. Yeah, excellent. I popped the Discord link in there for him, and of course anyone else who wants to jump into the Discord, head on over. There's plenty of stuff going on there all the time. Huge community there. Little Sis Duncan with a great entry to the competition, Jim. Hopefully you've picked that one up.
Yeah, you've both got the link to the document now with the
Yes, I've got it open.
Sexy.
Yeah, Stacker, huge support to Squid Flipper, and Artificial Original has joined us. Good evening, my friend. Just, 1 minute 40 to go on this race.
1 minute 40 to go in this race. Plenty of places still up for grabs. Took has perhaps distant memories of being in the points, but not content with that. He is going to do his best to catch up as much as possible. 13 seconds is probably going to be too much. He's going to rely on a mistake here to get in the points, but he has just grabbed himself another position as Racer gives a few places up by going sideways, and that's obviously his march on those positions done for this evening as Racer struggles to get himself back on the track, but Took up into 16th place. Tito Fart, of course, splurged all his Kerr's availability earlier on in this race and still finds himself in 24th, but he's less than a second away from Mike Crassus, who's in 23rd. So again, still an opportunity to pass, but it's a little bit swiftly going around the corners, and that gives Mike Crassus an opportunity to get away. Another race, Jamie, a witty username, pressing on Duncan for 11th. Still plenty of action here to go.
Great race for both of these guys. Is particularly witty actually with that amazing comeback, early drive-through penalty, of course, on lap 1. Ryan costing him basically the whole grid. He was up in the top 6 positions, I think. Fought his way back to 12th. Brilliant recovery, and he's maybe even got a chance of 11th there with a lap or so to go. Game of Simple asking, so if you guys race in different cars and seasons? Yeah, we do a couple of different events. On Mondays we run a race room league every Monday on our channel. On Thursday we're on this Project Cars League, and on Saturday we do a Rocket League, which, you know, we need to come up with a better way of saying that. Yeah, so the seasons generally run about 5 weeks, and then there's a one-off special with something a bit fun and random in between, and then we start another 5-week season with different cars and tracks involved. Yeah, so get in the Discord, all the information's in there, and yeah, people are waiting to greet you, I'm sure.
And to bring it back down to earth, Stacker GB says, "Go on, Witty, you're doing well for a short, fat lad." Great stuff.
You thought he said shit, did you? But
you
still went,
yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, nearly.
Yeah,
Merc Madman, though, great to see him getting some screen time this evening. Catching up with Buzzer Whack in 21st position again. Another position that could change hands, but the Ethan crew will not be happy. The lonely Ethan, 2.5 minutes behind his nearest competitor in 26th place. It's been a long old evening for Ethan, but the fan club, Jamie, they'll always be there with him, won't they?
Yeah, they don't care, Ryan, what he's doing, as long as he's out there, he's having fun. And the good thing is, right, he's clearly struggled tonight for whatever reason. Not his normal performance. We've seen some quality performances in recently, but he's still there, right? He's still going this whole 45-minute race, sticking it out, and it's great to see.
You will never see a heads gone from Ethan.
No,
and that is a big respect, as Marley says, for continuing, which is great stuff. But there it is.
Yeah, absolutely.
The race is complete. Alex Jameson, of course, with just a small margin of 31 seconds over John Drives Cars to take home the checkered flag this evening, grabbing himself maximum points. And of course, he didn't get maximum points last week, so still all to play for at this championship. But Alex Jameson doing very well to put down the marker here this evening as he strives for back-to-back championships in the NoobGamerz. But as we said earlier, do not go away, do not leave your screens, do not switch off, because we will be speaking to all three of the top drivers in Alex Jameson, John Drives Cars and Yerasan, who all picked them up a podium position this evening, Jamie. And what a night that was. Jimmy, you've got 3 words. Describe the events we've just seen there.
Better than racing. I enjoyed being in the box more than racing there.
Oh, really?
It was so good. So good to watch. Everything. Battles up and down the grid. Less carnage than I thought, actually. Drivers did really well to handle these cars, and good battles all the way up and down. And that's it. That completes.
Indeed. So here we go. Here's the final standings, and it's Alex Jameson, as we said, taking on first position with John Drives Cars and Yerasan in their podium positions. McDonald grabs 4th with Squid Flipper 5th. It's King Cody at 6th. Nashift 7th. The Muffin Man grabbing 8th. And Mr. Brisket taking 9th. And Flibberty Gibbet rounding off the top 10 in 10th. Further down the grid, though, we've got Duncan in 11th. For Witty Username 12th. 13th goes to Psycho Lizard with Andre Hildebrand Classic in the mid-pack. DK grabbing 15th. 2 outside the points in 16th with Q-Blocks in 17th. 18th goes to Racer XCX with Crichton Alpha in 19th. Rossi Bop taking 20th. Buzzer Whacked in 21st. It's Merkman ALH in 22nd. Mike Crassus in 23rd. Tito Fart in 24th. Roughneck 1 in 25th. 26th going to Tigger Stew. And Ethan, the one-man fan machine, in 27th. Of course, we did start with 32. A few dropouts and disqualifications throughout. But to recap, it's Alex Jameson, John Drives Cars and Yerasan, who we'll be hearing from very shortly as we head for a much-needed drink in the NoobGamerz bar. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, take a seat and grab yourself some sweet, sweet nectar of your choice as we take a breath after that enthralling roller coaster of a ride out there at Imola in the Indy cars. Jamie, lay it on a plate for me, my friend. How good was that this evening?
Yeah, cracking race. Of course, we saw the IndyCar season start off at the oval circuit last week, which is, a unique proposition. But this week we got to see these cars on a normal, proper racetrack, Ryan. It did not disappoint. Let's be honest. Battles continuously, as expected. The winner, really the only thing that wasn't surprising tonight, Ryan, Alex Jameson taking a fantastic win. And John in second, probably giving him nightmares actually, because last season, am I right in saying that every single race, 1-2 was Alex Jameson 1? John drives cars 2. Yeah. Every single race. So, John back to where he belongs, some would say.
Indeed. But a brand new name in the podium positions this evening, Yeresan picking up third place, and he'll be joining us very shortly. Jamie, let's get the man in himself, assuming he's still hanging around the Discord, and get his thoughts on his race. Let me know when he's in there, my friend.
He's here. Yeresan, are you here?
I am. Hello.
Good evening, Yeresan. A very, very good podium position. Third place finish for you this evening. Tough old time out there for a lot of the races, given the car track combo. You must be pretty chuffed to find yourself in third place.
Yeah, it worked good. I won't complain. It was a nice race. I do like Imola. Had a bit of a trouble, it sounded like everyone did, having passing back markers, but I mean, it's just extra racing.
Yeah, we saw quite a few of your battles actually. You were certainly made to work for it, but a brilliant podium. Looks like you've got a lot of fans out there. Tell us, are you enjoying these Indy cars and their squirmy ways?
I am. They are tricky, but they are really fun when driving these very skiddy cars. Otherwise, I am usually not really good at trying to keep it on the black stuff, but these... I like the no harm. I will say it's well, if you do a mistake, you're really gonna pay for it, and I kind of like that.
Yeah, no, and it's interesting that you say that, you're not very good at keeping it on the black stuff, because in our experience of you driving with this community so far, we've almost given you the tag of Mr. Consistent, because you always just seem to keep it on there and race well, but you don't seem to think perhaps you've got that in you, which is interesting.
Well, thank you. First, of course, but yeah, it's I usually take it a bit too cool. That's why I can't really progress. But I tried today to be a bit more aggressive, and I mean, it seems to have paid off anyway.
Yeah, I mean, my question to you actually was going to be, what's the secret for the other drivers out there to your consistency? But I think you've just given it to us. Actually, maybe it's just taking it a bit more carefully and not pushing too hard.
Well, my biggest tip like that is just brake a little bit earlier. Early brake gets you a nice exit, and that is where I could get around a lot of my opponents.
Well, there we go. Live advice from the man himself, who grabs third place position this evening. Yeresan, well done on your position this evening, and we look forward to seeing you out on the track next week.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Yeresan. Bye-bye.
Well done. So there we go. There's some advice, Jamie, from the man himself, how to keep it going and how to race so well, and of course very deserving of his position this evening. But up next in the commentary box, we will be joined by John Drives Cars, who will be joining us very shortly. Jamie, is he here?
Hello, boys. I'm back, baby.
He's back. Second place. Again.
Yeah, back in second.
Behind Alex.
Yeah, but I like his tail lights. That's why I was staying. Joke. I can't see his tail lights.
I was going to say you couldn't see his tail lights this evening.
Only when he laps you.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, John, seriously, tough out there this evening. Back markers galore, loads of spinning from everyone, not just yourself. It was pretty crazy out there. What a race it was, and to come second out of all that, you must be pretty pleased.
Firstly, I didn't spin once, so firstly, I was actually the most consistent. I was like, oh my god,
get all that out of the way.
Yeah, let's get out of the way. It's clear the air. Not like you saw anyway. There wasn't any spins with that way.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, the back markers were tougher than I thought. It was tricky because it is a really hard track to overtake, and when you start, you don't want to ruin their race, but also you want to get through, so it's tricky. But no, I'm well chuffed. It was a good race. It was a hard race. That track's tricky to drive, and the cars are tricky. But no, I'm happy with second. Alex is just another level, so to come second to that, I can't really complain. It was good. I had a nice gap, and I was by myself for most of the race, so It's good.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know if you span actually, because for exactly that reason, you were pretty comfortable after maybe the first 5 minutes of battling, you secured that second, and then we didn't really come to you again because you just were sort of driving your own race. So whatever you were getting up to, we wouldn't have seen anyway.
That's my plan
Just
now.
talk us through. Does it feel almost like putting on an old comfortable glove? Or a nice old welly or something, coming second to Alex again after doing it 5 times out of 5 in the last season?
Like, to be honest with you, like, no, not really, because the cars are different. Like, it's a personal challenge as well to to kind of like Alex is a goal. If that makes sense, like you have to see him as a goal. Like, you can't be afraid of it. You have to be like, how is he doing it, and how do I get to that level? And plus, Squid and all that, and Yura-san are really quick. Like, I had a really good battle with Squid, and I think he had a spin or something, which was unfortunate because we were quite similar on pace. I think it's good. Like, having someone like Alex is brilliant because it gives you, it shows you where the ceiling is and where to aim towards, and everyone should use it as a goal. To be honest with you.
Jamie,
more advice, Ryan.
I was going to say, what is it? At the end of all these interviews this evening, they're giving great advice and more great advice from John. Hit that ceiling, my friend, one day. I'm sure you'll get there. But well done again on your second place this evening, and we'll look forward to seeing you again.
Yeah,
cheers, John.
Cheers.
Bye, guys.
Pressure's on Alex to try, isn't it, to give some advice?
Yeah, hopefully give some advice. Just quickly before we speak to Alex, though, remember, if you want to win that NoobGamerz piece of merch free of charge as part of our 600th follower celebration, tell us in chat right now why you want to do it. Jimmy's collating the results, and he will take us through all the entries after this final interview, and we will pick someone live on stream to win that piece of merchandise.
Just remind them, Ryan, what they've got to do exactly, because there'll be people tuning in now that were racing or weren't here earlier.
All they need to do is just tell us in chat why you deserve to win a piece of NoobGamerz merchandise. That's all you need to do. Simple as that. Simple as that. But here we go. Let's get in your race winner, Alex Jamieson, who again wowed the community and the fans out there and the drivers with his exceptional standards to take home first place. Alex, another fine victory for you this evening. Talk us through that one.
Thank you very much. It was an exciting start. I'm not too sure. It was kind of hard to see what happened going into turn 1, but I know obviously made a bit of contact with Squid Flipper. But I think he ended up letting me through after that. So I don't know if he thought he'd done anything wrong there, but yeah, a little bit of a scrap. And then from there on, it was just relatively plain sailing. Obviously, just trying to keep it neat and tidy. Not getting involved in any accidents with any of the people I was lapping, which was a challenge. But yeah, it was pretty straightforward today. Just keeping neat and tidy.
Yeah, a dominant performance yet again, Alex, after last week, struggling a little bit more than we've used to be seeing you do actually on the oval, but this week back to normal, and actually more than normal. I was saying in qualifying to Ryan that I think that's the biggest gap we've seen between 1 and 2 in qualifying for loads and loads of seasons. 2 seconds almost you were ahead. I mean, just what is it, do you think, that makes you so much quicker than anyone else in these cars?
I must be honest, I don't know. I wish I did, because then I could apply it all the time. But yeah, I just found a good groove with this car. I don't know. I think just balancing the throttle over the curbs is probably the key. The car doesn't seem to react very well to curbs if you're off the throttle on it too hard. But if you just keep it open as you're threading it through the chicanes, you can get up on top of the curbs without it sort of sliding around too much. So I think that's probably where I was gaining most of my time, at least from my own practices. That was the sort of turning point when I worked out that I could do that. No major secrets, but just learning the car, and that's about it.
There we go, Jamie. The third piece of advice that the viewers have been given this evening by our victors this evening. Alex, no less deserved once again. First place, well done. Go and enjoy a very much earned rest, and no doubt we'll see you out on track again soon.
Cheers, thank you very much.
Thanks, Alex. Bye-bye.
Cheers, guys.
So there we go. We've spoken to all three, your top 3 from this evening's race. Let's head over to the ticket office now, and we'll tune Jimmy H Official back into your ears as he takes us through all the competition entries this evening. And we'll also be asking the golden questions to Jamie about who is going to be his driver of the day. So pick up your drinks, let's head over to the ticket office and finish up in a very good place. Let's do it. Oh, so there we go, ladies and gentlemen. The entries are piling in for the competition. Jimmy, hot on the sheet to grab all the entries. Jimmy, are you there, my friend?
Ding dong.
Here he is. Jimmy, how many entrants we got so far, my friend?
Good question. I'm just catching up. If you want to enter now. Just tell us in chat exactly why you want to win some NoobGamerz merch. You've got precisely 60 seconds from now. Hey Google, set a timer for 60 seconds.
Look at this, live timers here. And while you get to grips with your creative juices out there as viewers, let's ask that very fabled question. Jamie, who is driver of the day?
What a tough one to pick, right? So many options. I mean, the three we just heard from, not only performing brilliantly and speaking brilliantly, but also doling out some advice. Fantastic. Honourable mentions, I think, for Ethan for just keeping going despite all his issues in the race. For Mr. Brisket actually coming 9th, which I thought was a fantastic result for him. On his return to racing with us, right? But I think I'm going to have to go for maiden podium, Yera-san, 3rd place, fantastic race, very nice person, speaking to him, very humble, and Ryan just super consistent despite what he thinks.
There we go then. Driver of the day, Yera-san, very much deserved maiden podium position for him this evening. I'm sure he'll be very chuffed at the award, and his fan base will be going wild. But Jimmy, how long is left on the timer? I think I can hear that it's over.
The timer is over. Let me just collate any last.
Just come in, Jim. Yeah,
I've got yours.
Cyberdyne in.
Get that in.
I like Merkmads.
Merkmads. Okay. Right. I think that's it. Competition is closed.
Okay, how many have we got, mate?
We've got how many have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. But I've got Odyssey in here twice.
What?
So I'm going to delete the first one because.
So how many was that?
13.
13 entries, 3 entries. Now, to make this quicker, Jimmy, I'm going to bestow you the honour. I want you to pick your 3 favourites from the list.
Okay.
Read them out. So we're going to have a top 3, and then the 2 of us will hopefully help you decide out of those 3 which one will take home the prize this evening.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is delete the others and leave the 3. Will that help you?
That well, I mean, I can't see because obviously, I'm in the ticket office, but I'm sure Jamie and yourself can read them out to the viewers at home so we can see what we're working with here. So select your top 3, let's read them out, see what we're working with, and crown our merchandise winner this evening.
While we do that, right, why don't you just tell people what they can look forward to next on the NoobGamerz and coming up over the next couple of weeks?
Plenty of stuff coming up, of course. Monday night we'll be back live, Legionary and Scottish Ian, bringing you another round of their Race Room League, and what a league that is shaping up to be. Excellent stuff we saw on Monday. Plenty of drivers at a fantastic track, and I'm sure we'll see it all over again on Monday before we are back on Thursday with another round of the NoobGamerz IndyCar League. And then that Saturday, next Saturday, not this Saturday coming, the one afterwards, Rocket League is back with a vengeance. Saturday night, 8 PM, another Rocket League event starting. And we have amazing scenes on Thursday night coming up at the end of this championship with a very special, one-off special, not organised by Jimmy H Official, not organised by anyone in the community, but organised by me and Jamie, and I'm sure it will turn into an absolute shambles, but it'll be a lot of fun. But anyway, gents, have we got our top 3? Let's get to business, shall we?
How are we getting on, Jim?
I've just narrowed it down to the top 3. If you could probably refresh the document now, and hopefully you can see
I got it
as well. Really hard actually to narrow it down. They're all pretty cool. I particularly like the one about putting on weight over lockdown, and therefore not got anything else to wear. Didn't quite make the top 3, unfortunately. I'm in the same boat as well, and if both of us are in that boat, it's probably sinking.
Yeah.
So we've got the top 3 here, and don't take offence if you're not in the top 3. It's just a bit of fun, but you do miss out on £200 worth of. It was £200, wasn't it?
Christ.
I think it was 600 for the number of followers, wasn't it?
That was it, £1 per follower. Yeah. So, do you want me to read out these top 3 then?
Yeah, read out the top 3.
Stacker GB just saying he should win because he looks good in anything that we throw at him, and to me that sounds like a challenge.
Okay, good. Stacker GB.
Little Sis Duncan, debut on the stream, of course, loving the shop merch. I'd love to win, as I love watching this every Thursday and cheering my brother on. Quality entertainment channel in the top 3 there, purely just for helping our egos grow a little bit, which I like. And then the other that ended up in the top 3, Vader Monkey. Jay live deserves some NoobGamerz merch as I had my family watching and my PC had a complete shutdown on lap 5. And I truly gutted for Vader because I know he's been sharing across all of his socials, got the family involved, put in lots of practice, got a custom livery, was there on Tuesday night, stuck around for ages after as well. So that one kind of got me in the feels a bit. So we've got those are the top 3.
Now, do we want to vote or do we put it out to the people? What are we saying?
Let's get it out to the people. Let's get it out to the people.
So put number 1 in chat for Stacker GB, number 2 in chat for Little Sis Duncan, and number 3 in chat for Vader Monkey. There are your options. Get voting now. We'll give you 30 to 60 seconds, depending on how many we come in. Let's see what happens. Number 1, Stacker GB. Number 2, Little Sis Duncan. Or number 3, Vader Monkey, and so let's see what the votes come in.
Stacker GB, because I look good in anything you throw at me. Little Sis Duncan, love the shop. I watch this every Thursday. Quality entertainment. Vader Monkey deserves a bit because he got booted out after getting his family involved and sharing across all of his socials and that. So that's it. Stacker's 1. He looks good in anything. Little Sis Duncan's 2. Loving the channel, and Vader Monkey's 3 for getting
4 all.
Oh, very close. Very close out there.
By 4 to 3.
What time are we putting on this?
Set a timer for 30 seconds.
Oh, the timer's been set by Jimmy. Get your votes in now. 1, 2, or 3 in the channel right now. It is very close. Vader Monkey, slightly Crichton Alpha going in with 1. Sitting on the fence there, look. Crichton Alpha.
So Stacker, number 1.
Stacker's voted.
Stacker's voted not for himself.
Yeah, right, yeah.
He's tied it up, right? He's tied it up.
Yeah, I like it.
Duncan, loving the channel, loving the shop.
Shift comes in late doors. What a turnaround. This is like a race.
Yeah.
This is
last minute turnaround for Little Sis Duncan.
All eyes on the chat. Get your votes in now. 1, 2, or 3. But at the moment,
that is the timer. So we've got a winner then, and there's even a late vote. Here we go.
Yes.
It's confirmed. Landslide victory. Little Sis Duncan with the NoobGamerz merch win, and we'll have to get in touch with Duncan and sort that out for her. But well done. Thank you for watching this evening, and hopefully we can get that sent out to you as soon as possible. And of course, you'll need to show it off to Nana June at home. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. We're all done. Jimmy, thanks for joining us in the commentary box tonight. Hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, loved it. Thanks for having me.
No worries. And Jamie, as ever, thank you for being my sidekick, taking us through those trials and tribulations this evening.
Thanks, man. Absolute pleasure. Big congrats to Alex. And now our second winner of the night, Little Sis Duncan. Well deserved to both.
Yeah, very much well deserved to everyone. And what a night we've had here in the NoobGamerz studios. Let's hope you've all enjoyed it. We certainly have here. And remember, we'll be back on Monday with Scottish, Ian and Legionary taking you through the racing events before we'll be hitting your screens again next Thursday for another round of IndyCars. But for now, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thank you ever so much for taking us past the 600 followers mark this evening. That is sensational. And we look forward to building on that number each and every week as we continue to bring you live action 3 times a week from the NoobGamerz, and we look forward to seeing you all soon. Have a great Thursday night. See you soon.